Hello everyone and welcome to what is Tainted Grail, eh? Tainted Grail is a roguelike dark fantasy card building game. So, roguelike card building, maybe it makes you think of Slay the Spire or Monster Train, both games that I am big fans of. So I thought I had to try it once I saw what it was. The dark fantasy I'm not as much of a fan of, but for people that like dark fantasy and for people that like Slay the Spire, I'd say this is kind of a match made in heaven. I mean, look at the art here on the menu. It already looks great. So let's go into the options menu, see what there is. There's not too much to show here. Nicely, they have different language options, and quite a few actually. So if you want to play it in whatever your native language is, you can do that. There's actually a good amount. There's a good amount of options here that I'm not sure they totally needed. You can even change card size and HUD scale. So that's actually really impressive that they did stuff like that. I'm really quite a fan. You can change all the different kinds of volumes, change your graphics quality, of course, you would expect that. I don't know why I'm at 59 FPS instead of 60. Let's make it that. And why am I at 1050? What the heck? All right, well, there we go. Perfect. So let me kind of show you what this game has on offer. There are leaderboards. You can do something called Conquest, which I'll show you in a little bit, and try to become the very best. I have no idea how realistic these numbers are. I'm not this good at the game. Let's be honest. You can also look at your journal and see all of the different things you've unlocked. And there's a lot to unlock. I've literally only discovered 38 out of 96 cards somehow. And it feels like I've actually had quite a few. Now discovered, I've seen a bunch of cards that I haven't discovered. You have to actually put them in your deck to discover them. And to be clear, where am I? Bestiary factions. There you go. There are different cards for each kind of class. So we've got a few. This one I've seen 64. Quite a few on this one. This is like the archer class. So these Watchers of Tuatha, I'll explain that more once again. So let's play a game. Conquest is the standard game mode. And then there are these other ones which I have not really played because they just don't seem like my kind of thing. Endless Power. If I remember right, you just keep fighting battles over and over and over again in both of these, and in this one you get weaker over time, and in this one you get stronger over time. I'm not sure. I honestly can't remember. And then there's a weekly event. This one is normal Conquest, but there's a bunch of modifiers. For instance, you can only play as this class. Difficulty 2. At the end of each combat, lose half your health. That's pretty crazy. And then a bunch of other ones. So I'm going to show you the Conquest game mode because this is where I think where the game shines the most. So this is the character select screen. It looks pretty crazy. You can see I've unlocked most of the characters except for this faded out apostate, the faded out berserker, and the necromancer. Now a lot of these characters are very cool, but you'll find that the ones beside each other are often two different kinds of the same class. So, for instance, this Sentinel, he fires a bow and arrow, as does the Zealot. They're both archers, okay? They just shoot very differently. The Sentinel, as you can see, is all about shooting as many arrows as they can. Their weak statistics can be greatly buffed with thoughtful preparation, and the Zealot focuses on shooting rarely but extremely lethally. Their weak statistics can be greatly buffed with calculations waiting for the right opening. They have different passive skills. After using a maneuver over a quiver, gain 50% damage for the next hit. Well, this one, whenever you play an arrow, you have a little phantom, like ghost person, that is just like you, who will attack the same target, dealing an additional hit for 50% damage. So this guy's about raking up all the hits, doing a bunch of procs with abilities, while this one's about boosting your power and just unleashing a fatal shot for hundreds of damage. Otherwise, let's see. This Pathfinder is the last one I played. I don't love Pathfinder. He's about avoiding taking damage in order to become more powerful each turn. He gets 50% extra damage every turn. He doesn't get hit. But the problem is, if you ever get hit, things just go from bad to worse. As soon as you get hit once, it's like, oh boy, I can't kill anything anymore. Because he's pretty weak otherwise. So he's definitely not my favorite character. The Weird Hunter is what you will start with. This guy's basic. Deals much damage using quick strikes or powerful blows. Just you attack and attack and attack. It charges your ultimate when you attack, and you get hunter marks that leave people vulnerable, meaning they take extra damage. Its ultimate ability is just one big super attack. Pretty simple. Let's see what we got. Blood Mage. I haven't actually played this one, but this is a different version of the Summoner, who I have played. Summoners charge their ultimate ability whenever they activate a minion. The Summoners can charge 3 different minions: a Golem, an Abomination, and a Worm. Worms can attack random enemies, Abominations attack all enemies, and Golems are their tanks. So they force everybody to attack the Golem. So the Blood Mage works similarly to that. They have a different kind of Golem, but it redirects hits towards spells. Abomination attacks all, Worm attacks random enemies and reduces their armor. Just the same. But the difference, the Summoners charge their ultimate ability whenever they activate a minion. They can promote a selected minion by a specified number of levels depending on the number of charges they spend. Your ultimate ability has different levels of charges, so you can use it when it's weaker, or you can wait until it's fully charged and use a really strong version of your ability. So they can promote with their ultimate ability, and the difference is they can immediately overcharge a minion. The unique effect strength is multiplied by the number of charges they spend. So instead of promoting their minion and increasing them over the entire battle for a long time, they get to overcharge the minion. I'm guessing for just one turn. I'm not sure because I haven't played them yet. And they'll become super strong or something. I don't know. There we go. So those are all the classes I have unlocked, it seems. Necromancer is probably another version of the Summoner, if I had to guess. It might not be, but you know, they all hold their staff the same way and stuff. I figure. I don't know. Alright, so who should we pick? I'm actually kind of interested in trying... I think I've tried pretty much all of these except for the Blood Mage. So, let's do the Blood Mage. It's the only one I haven't unlocked. So I've already beaten... I've kind of beaten the game. The game consists of 3 main bosses and ways to get to it. But once you beat the 3 main bosses, there's a secret special extra thing that you can do. I won't spoil anything about the extra thing, so we'll say I've beaten the game because it unlocked difficulty level 2 for me. Gives me tough enemies. Let's stick with difficulty 1 so I don't have to think quite as hard about the game, so I can just keep it going, so I can show you everything as best as I can. All right, so this is what the game looks like. All right, I think it has a really cool style. You could say definitely that it looks a little bit rough around the edges here and there. There's some animations that don't look quite as nice as they could, some sound effects, but I think overall you can say the art is pretty nice. Maybe the graphics not so much, but the art, very nice. And you know what? I'd say the graphics are good too. I love these shadows. I love the lighting effects, except for like right here. This is a bit of a hard edge, but whatever. You know, it's not that important. Anyway, this is my little village. I mean, it's the village I reside in for now. This village has a bunch of different people in it. And I know this is a bit weird for a roguelite. Usually they just say, all right, time to start fighting. You know, monster train, slay the spire. As soon as you picked your character, you're off to the races. And I could go off to the races right now. But as you can see up here, I have some resources from previous runs. Maybe not enough to actually spend on anything quite yet. But for instance, I can talk to the seamstress here.
Village with a critical eye.
You did a good job gathering all those pieces together. But we need to do more before they become a real village. We need to join them, but I've yet to find the right thread.
So as you can see, stuff like this art is horrendously creepy and at the same time like really, really interesting and nice to look at. And I don't know how they've done that, but I think it's amazing. It's really, really nice. She doesn't have anything more to say, apparently. But all right, so the seamstress is able to permanently upgrade our character for blood. This is the seamstress currency. We do not have enough blood to do anything except for increase my wealth gain by 10%. I mean, we could do that. We could do that. Why not? Let's increase my wealth gain by 10%. Now, every time I kill enemies, if I would have gotten 10 wealth, 10, coins, I'll get 11. Nice. She can also remove curses, give me a random passive skill, which is very nice, actually. I should definitely be saving up my wealth to do that, but I have to spend 100 blood just to unlock this ability. So I think next 100 blood, I should probably do this. She can also go into the character creator The first time you play the game, you'll have created your character. It's certainly not like the best character creator I've ever seen. Let's be honest. Like there are, let's go to faces. Yeah, there's 9 faces. Wait, no, 7 faces here. We got 4 beards, and we could change the hair color. You know, there's more tattoos than there are faces. Because I have played with these classes, I have unlocked these classes' hoods, which is pretty cool. I like that, and there's seemingly some other stuff. But I'm just gonna stick with the base look for the Blood Mage. Yeah, let's exit the hero creator. Get out of here. Let's go talk to somebody else. See, now I can also control like this entire game with just WASD here. But I mean, I still have to use the mouse to move the camera. So I don't know. I just like clicking around. I think it's pretty fun. I'm an RTS guy.
Ready.
I mean, I say that, but I'm bad at them.
And train. You should practice 40 hours a day, at least.
This game has a lot of voices, and I'm really quite impressed with the level of the voice acting at this point. It's really quite good, especially the narrator, who we will definitely hear in a little bit here. She's just fantastic. She sounds a lot like the lady that narrates Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm not sure if it is her, because I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 for a while, but if it is, that's really cool. So let's, we rescued this guy from a prison. When we go out to fight enemies and stuff, we can find different chance encounters with different people. That's how we recruit more people to the village. Some people don't want to come to the village, and they'll just help us in other ways, or they'll give us like a quest, and then we'll come back here and talk to somebody, or we'll have to bring them an item of some sort, stuff like that. And then they will give us usually permanent upgrades for multiple runs. Let's ask him how he ended up in prison.
There's nothing to talk about, really. Prisons are built to lock bad people up, so I must have been one of them back then.
That's not an
Why
answer.
are you so interested in my past? Well, you gave me back my freedom. I suppose that I owe you a story in addition to my services. I was a commander of Lord Warwick's private army. Served under his damned 8 stars on a burgundy background flag. When I tried to retire, he forced me to stay on as a tutor. So I trained his soldiers. And believe me, I trained them well. Then one time, I disobeyed an order. Refused to train one of the younglings. I just couldn't.
You can see that he doesn't want to continue.
The ending of this story? Well, you already know it. You set me free from the prison I ended up in. And now my skills are at your command. Just do not repeat my lord's mistakes.
And now I have a new quest. Interesting.
Don't be stubborn. Observe what's going on around you. Then you should be fine. I shall speak no more. I have my honor to protect. Well, that's all I have left of my former life.
Great. So he can do things. He can give me a new card if I spend 100. He can remove a card from my deck if I spend 100. Other things, he can draw. He can help me to draw more cards in the first turn or draw more cards every turn. But these cost card shreds. So every card I don't take during a level up, because I get a free card every level up, turns into a card shred. And then I can buy these permanent upgrades. It takes quite a while to get 500, I must say. Quite a lot. But that is a powerful upgrade, so I kind of understand it. We've got the blacksmith here. He can do a bunch of stuff with rune stones, which I'll show you in a little bit. We've got the lost soul here. And he helps you to get healing items, and he heals you up. Alright. Let's go out into the Wyrdness. This is where the actual game takes place. So, we are in the Wyrdness. Everything looks weird. You can hardly see my character. Things are very weird, as you could say. Somewhere around here, there is a boss. Usually it's brightly lit. Kind of hard to see it. It might be this. I think it's this. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but let's go in a direction. All right, looks like there's an enemy here. So, I actually can't see anything right now, but right down here, there's a burn level. If I click it, I use one of the weird candles that are in my inventory at the start. I'll start with 5. You'll lose them over time. As I walk around, you'll see the meter drop. There you go. It dropped a little bit. Hard to see, but there it is. And now I can see what creature is here that I would be fighting if I were to fight this dude. Often, if you look on the mini-map up here, this yellow means there's something special here. You can also see like a skull to show that there's a person. Looks like right now it's basically just enemies. So let's start the game. Let's actually show you what the game is. All right, before combat, there is a bit of an intro. There is a story to this game. Apparently you weren't in this world before, this world of weirdness, but you were brought here when you died. And a goat explains a lot of the things to you. A fawn, technically, if I'm going to be completely correct about it. He explains why you're here and what you need to do. So if you like this kind of dark fantasy story, you'll really enjoy the narration and the voice acting from people like that. All right, so here's the battle UI, right? Let's go from left to right, huh? So this is the burn level. Our weird candle is burning bright, so weirdness is repelled completely. Every few turns, every turn or so, we're gonna get a weird card. These cards will be worse for us, the lower my weird candle burn level is, and better for us the higher it is. So right now it'll be pretty good for us. So we'll see that probably next turn I'm gonna pick one up. Wooden flute is an item I've gained from a previous run. That's pretty rare. Items usually disappear between runs, and it gives me 2 block. Blocks completely negate a hit, and we have a healing mixture which just restores 30 HP. Okay? Right now you can see down here I've got 90 HP. My golem here has 80. Let's see, I have 8 cards in my deck, which is like my draw pile, and then 0 cards in my discard pile, which will be shuffled back into my draw pile when I need more. This is my ultimate ability. I can overcharge a minion, and to charge it I have to make an offering. So, when I use it, it overcharges a minion, performs a specified action. This action is as powerful as overcharge's effect magnitude. After that, the minion dies. Alright, so I could summon a Blood Fae. Offer 2% of my max HP to summon a Blood Fae. Very cool. I can activate a minion, which does its main ability. So a Blood Fae grants ultimate charges to its master and changes everyone's damage on overdrive, or overcharge. A Blood Worm, offer 2% of my max HP to summon it. It attacks random enemies and reduces their armor. So I could activate the Blood Worm to attack random enemies, for instance, this turn. Golems, as you can see, they activate to heal themselves. At level 4, it additionally heals 1 hit with a chance to stun. Ah, additionally deals 1 hit with a chance to stun. That's nice. The Summoners doesn't do any damage like that. So I have 3 energy down here to use to play the spells. Obviously in the top left corner, it costs me 1 energy to summon a Blood Fae. Up here are my passive effects. So if I view them all, I currently have Blood Magic. Minions are activated at the end of each turn and promoted at the start of each turn. When they're promoted, they're up a level, their stats get a little bit of a boost. As well, minions promoted above level 4 overcharge. Each minion has a different overcharge effect. Okay. And then I have a hidden one, which is start every combat with a summoned Blood Golem, which is why this guy's here. So, and this guy has redirect, so enemy hits have to go towards this guy. Now that was a lot of explanation, so let's just play the game. Slay the Spire, it probably looks pretty familiar here if you played that game. This guy is going to do a normal attack that does 4 to 5 damage, and it's going to debuff me. Okay? That's what this icon and these numbers mean. It's going to debuff this guy, though, at least, because it's going to hit the golem. So let's draw a random summon card from your deck. And it has ability, so I can return this to my hand every turn. So if I am in need, I can use this. Let's summon a Blood Fae. There we go. So I have this weird little imp guy. So when I activate it, it will grant ultimate charges equal to its level. Right now it is level 1. That's what this one means. This guy's level 1 as well. When I overcharge, it increases Blood Mage's damage by 100% and decreased damage of all enemies by 30%. Nice. Should I just use Ritual to activate a minion? I mean, none of my minions actually do damage right now. So let's summon a bloodworm. Here's my little bloodworm. What a cutie. Look at this guy. Isn't he adorable? Pretty adorable indeed. And yeah, I guess that ends my turn. So I'll click this button down here to end my turn. It's actually behind me a little bit. There you go. It's got the hourglass. All right. The bloodworm attacks. The golem heals itself. There you go. And everybody gets promoted. And as they promote, they grow. The imp also gave me an ultimate charge. So now I've got 3. I can also just charge it by making offerings, which is every time I use some of my max HP, for instance. Now, I can only summon 1 more. I can only have 5 dudes on the board at a time. Should I summon an abomination? I don't know about that. Let's not use any more of my health. I don't think we need it. My worm's already doing 2 times 5 to 8 damage, so lots of damage. So here's a weird card, like I showed you. So I have a choice. I can deal 1 hit for 10 to 16 damage, or if I don't play it, I'll gain 25% damage. Yeah? So it's not bad. I don't really need these barriers right now because nobody's hitting me. I wonder, if I use a barrier, right? And then I offer HP, will it take from the barrier or the HP? Probably take from the HP. I mean, that makes the most sense to me. But let's try it. Yeah, it does take from my HP, okay. This symbol means it's going to attack all enemies of a type. This one means it's going to buff me. This one means it's going to heal. So, should we overcharge a minion? What does it? Deal 1 hit for 200% damage to all enemies. What does this one do? Deal 1 hit for 200% damage and reduce target's enemy by 10. Alright, you know what? Let's overcharge a minion. Let's see. There you go. Bam. Oh yeah, and I forgot it kills the minion afterwards. Well, maybe I should not have done that, huh? Oh well. I gained 25% damage thanks to the weird card. The golem heals itself. And we smack it around a bit. My dudes are promoted. My golem is freaking huge now. And each time it does this, it's going to get better. So when I promote it, it'll change armor by 50% of the blood mage's armor. Oh. Or it'll change. What is that? Change armor? I don't know what that means. It'll probably gain that much armor. I'm not sure. Ooh, I can increase his armor. There we go. Nice. He has plus 25 armor, which means he has base 10 armor, so 25. So I think that means he's going to have damage reduced by some amount. I think it's just 35%. I think it's simple math like that, but it might not be. Let us... What should we do? I guess we'll promote a minion. Why not? Here you go, Blood Imp. Become even better. Here you go, Abomination. Bam. Alright, let's just end our turn. You'll find battles in this game do take a lot longer than something like Slay the Spire can. Generally. Especially stuff like bosses. Oh yeah, I forgot at level 4 it overcharges. Oh shoot. What do? You heal all allies when you overcharge. Oh, so that's how I'm supposed to get my health back. Interesting. Okay. So I should play another Blood Golem to cover me for when this one dies. Because it's going to overcharge itself. The Summoner, you can just keep going. Like, you can hit like level 8, 9, or 10. But not with the Blood Mage. Not with the Blood Mage at all. So let's just... Oh my gosh, this guy's actually doing 2 times 20 to 31 damage. That is a lot. Yeah, at level 4 it deals 1 additional hit. So let's activate it, and it'll just... Bam. There we go. Nice damage. There we go. There's the second hit. Took a second. And because we won, we got 1 blood, we got 10 wealth, and we leveled up. We got a bunch of experience. When we level up, or when we kill stuff, we'll get loot. So now we have a throwing knife that deals 1 hit. Thank you. A bunch of these are quest items that I actually can't use, but... And we get a card. So the Arcane Shield gives us barrier depending on every minion in combat. 10 barrier for each minion. Self-awareness costs 2, but at the start of each turn, promote the minion. Oh, so it'll automatically promote every turn. Or immobilization, which stuns all enemies. That seems pretty good. Stunning all enemies? Let's take that. Let's take that. And we also get a new passive skill. So, what do we want? Every minion starts with 15 barrier. For the first 4 turns of combat, increase damage of all minions by 100%. All bloodworms are promoted after being summoned. Ooh, take that. Let's go with a bloodworm build if we can. You don't always get a passive skill every level up, but you get them every few level ups. So let's go over here. What is this? Candle maker is what I'm interested in. This might even be someone that will join our group here. Before this, we found a milestone. You can see there's no weirdness around the milestone. There you go. The first time you see one of these, by the way, this will be narrated, but since I've seen it before, it's not going to. But it's a mystery why these stones light up and banish the weirdness when people walk by. Many believe that Merlin himself invented the runes that are carved into them. There's also a darker rumor that they were left by the Four Dwellers to lure humans into their domain, like moths to a flame. The four Dwellers are the reason behind all of this, apparently. So I can boost the milestone's range, so anything around the milestone won't be weird anymore. I can extinguish the milestone and get a weird candle, or I can lose the milestone to heal, damage boost, or boost armor for next combat. I don't really care about this. Let's get another weird candle. There we go. Now, it looks like this pack of enemies is preventing me from hitting the it kind of looks like I could just go to the candle maker and not even worry about it. I can? That's weird.
Permeates the air. The candle maker's house stands alone within the weirdness. The inquisitive tendrils held at bay by dozens of flickering weird candles.
If this is giving you D&D vibes, that's what it's supposed to feel like, I believe.
Their candles out of people they were supposed to protect. Inside, the candlemaker leans heavily on his cast iron mold, barely managing to stay awake.
So fast! Oh, why do they burn out so fast? Oh, perhaps if I... No, I may need both later.
It takes a while for him to notice you.
The candles aren't snuffed out, are they? You're not one of the weird spawn. Doesn't matter. I can't sell you any anyway. I barely make enough to keep myself alive out here.
Join us in the village.
Lead the way. I'd like to be in a place where I don't have to use all my goods myself. And where the ingredients to make them are easier to obtain.
His last words almost make you regret your decision.
Weird candles will now drop from legendary encounters. They'll help you in your further journey. Nice. Great. Wonderful. I didn't expect that. Usually, you actually can't talk to events like this without killing the enemy. But weirdly, it's not quite in range. So I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident or what. Let's see. There's a seeking traveler here. So let's take out this pack of enemies to see if we can help them. My weird candle is hitting medium, which means some of the card's effects are starting to go against me. So let's raise that up to very high. Now the weird candles will really help me out. Okay, see, 0 cost, reduce armor of all enemies by 25, or if not played, draw 2 cards more. So this is a sick man. He is sick with contagious red death. Don't touch its skin too often or your hand will be infected with obsolete cards. It sounds like every time I hit him, I'm going to have obsolete cards added to my deck. Sleeper wakes up after absorbing blood of its fallen ally. Better let it sleep in its petrified shell. Really? So should I kill it first so it can't get the blood of its petrified ally? And then there's a deranged red priest. This enemy can create barriers to protect its allies. So that's what it's going to do. Let's see. Let's increase a minion's armor by 25%. Nice. We could stun all enemies. That is just very good. That is just simply quite good. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Why not? Because I want to do this, that's why not. Let's grab a blood abomination instead. And it's actually going to hit everybody. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Let's create a barrier. Alright, end of turn. gonna heal itself. And I hit everyone. Bam. Okay. So everything happens really fast in this game. It's something I'm not a huge fan of. The clarity of what happens is not super clear. So let me explain. Things happen from left to right on both sides. So first he will attack, then he will attack, and then this guy would do something if he did. On my side is the same. He'll heal, then my character would do something if it had anything, but it doesn't. He just goes with the cards. And then the abomination will go. Let's see. So I have Red Death now because I hit the Sick Man. On Sick Man Death, lose 1% of max HP. Oh. 1 Ascend. 1% for each red death card in deck. Oh. But I can remove it from my deck for 0 cost. Okay. Well, now it's gone. Now I don't have to worry about it. I guess it just took up a card slot, but that doesn't really matter to me. There you go, a Bloodworm. That's what I want. Thing is, I can't really command where my summons are going to attack. So while I would like to maybe kill the Sleeper first or the Priest, that's not really gonna happen. So let's summon a Bloodfey. There we go. And I could overcharge, but I'd like for things to get promoted a little bit more first. Bam, hit the sick guy. We got more red deaths, wonderful. Ow, ow, ow. All right, let's cast the red deaths so I don't have to worry about them. Oh, now it costs 1. Every time you play it, raise the cost of this card by 1. That's what Ascend means. Well, he's not gonna die yet. Darn it. That does kind of suck, doesn't it? Could stun all enemies. I don't have too much more to do right now. Bam, so now none of them will do any of their things. And what ought I to do? Promote a minion, just activate them. Let's activate my worm. They do lots of damage. There we go. And we'll end our turn. Wonderful. Ah, recruit the Candlemaker. I got an achievement because I'm on Xbox Game Pass right now. Wonderful. Let's get rid of a Red Death. And probably get rid of the other one too. Why not? Like my minions are just doing their things themselves now. So now he's going to overcharge to deal 1 hit for 200% damage and reduce target's armor by 10. If I were to overcharge him like this, overcharge made through the ultimate ability is scaled depending on the amount of charges collected. So 4 charges, it's just the normal effects magnitude. At 8 charges, it's double. At 12 charges, it's 4 times. So instead of doing 200%, at 8 charges, it would do 400%. And at 12 charges, it's 4 times? It would do 800% damage. Not bad. That's a lot of damage. Oh yeah, my Blood Golem is level 4, and at level 4, additionally deal 1 hit with a chance to stun. So that's nice. And it's going to heal itself. I actually should overcharge right now. Yeah, let's overcharge him. So he'll heal all allies. So there we go. Now I got healed up a bit. Now I can put up a new Blood Golem. And they're just going to hit that one anyway. Bam. Perfect. There we go. We killed the middle guy. The Sleeper seems to have woken up. Oh, and it does a lot of damage. Ow. All right, my Abomination just took him out, as did my Worm when my turn ends. Nice. And level 3, got 3 blood. Oh, a Grim Golem. So you offer 5% of your max HP, and you summon a Blood Golem, but it only costs 1 action point. Okay. Or promote all minions, or place a redirect effect on an enemy for 2 turns. Ah, so this is a way I can force my minions to attack the enemy that I want. That seems alright. 5% does seem like a lot, doesn't it? But if I'm constantly overcharging my golems to heal myself, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Let's get the Let's get the golem. Let's get the Grim Golem. Why not? That's the most fun. Oh, you can also pick up these rune stones, which I mentioned briefly. So this cracked Ethel is just a common one. If I play it in one of my weapon slots, which at the start of a run, you'll start with 1, or one of your armor slots, it has different effects. So each card played increases your damage by 5% this turn, or I can just permanently increase my damage by 10. I don't think either one is too helpful for a blood mage, but let's increase my armor by 10. Why not? So I think you're starting to see the point of this. So you go through a run, you kill as many creatures and bosses as you can to level up. You get new things. Oh, I have a new resource. Oh, that's for the candle maker. And then you'll talk to people like this to have little events. Let's see what this one is.
Did indeed help this man to survive.
Oh!
Now the weird candle he got from you is almost extinguished.
This is someone I've seen before.
It's a sign.
I gave him a weird candle.
Gods have sent you to help me with my search. Please, can I have one more candle?
Maybe he's right. Maybe it's more than just a coincidence.
So I can refuse, or I could just give him another weird candle. Let's see.
I hope we'll meet again.
He continues with his search.
Awesome. So I lost a weird candle. I'm down to 3 now. But he's still alive, and maybe he'll be able to help me in the future with something. What's over here? Okay. Looks like a training grounds. Defended by this pack of enemies. But yeah, you kind of see what the point of this is. Look at the torch effects. I think the torch effects are so cool. Particles just flying every which way.
Come, train if you feel like it. These may be mere illusions, but they hit and kill, just like the real versions.
So here's the combat arena. I can fight something easy for 50 wealth, fight something difficult for 150. Hit me with all you got, which gives you a crazy tough enemy. It gives you, I think, a legendary card or something. It gives you something quite nice. But anyway, in the interest of this video not being incredibly long already, because this game does happen to just be long, I'm going to try and go fight the boss. It's like, it's not even the boss. Where is the boss? We'll find it. We'll find it somewhere. Oh, actually, you know what? It says there's a person over here with this skull. The Pied Piper. We don't care about the Pied Piper. He's the one who gave me that item that I have that gives me 2 blocks. Oh, here it is. Here's the boss. So I can just come over here. My weird candle ran out. And fight the boss whenever I wish. So in theory, your decision to do that should not be made lightly. You should go fight a decent number of enemies first to make your deck stronger, right? And you should find people like
you can hear them before you even see anything.
I didn't even know this would happen.
1,000 tiny legs approaching from all around you.
Apparently, if you run around without a weird candle, some bad things can happen.
Sounding like nothing you've ever heard before. Then you see her, a creature no words can describe. But you immediately understand.
Oh, this is part of a quest.
Standing in front of the protector that the
this is why I like this game. Just random things happen as soon as you think you get the game. Wow. That's some cool art. As soon as you think you get things, the game throws something at you. It's just like, hey, just a random encounter when the game's never had a random encounter before in my life. And it's part of a quest. So now I carry a gift from Neath, the seamstress. That's the seamstress's name, I guess. I forgot that it was Neath. I lost my blood-stained cloth.
This enormous monstrosity lifts 2 of her legs in a delicate manner you would never expect from something of her size. She takes the veil from your hands. Her face, a disturbingly beautiful face, looks confused and worried. The nearby bushes move as if they were alive.
Neath moved to my village? Or I can feed her for 50 blood. I can feed... darn it, I shouldn't have... bought that XP with the blood. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I can't feed your babies, so...
You hear anger rising in her voice.
I'm sorry, I'm so close. I can almost feed your babies.
She moves closer to you. The druidic blood running through your veins isn't afraid of her. You faced stronger foes. However, you can clearly sense the power of hundreds of little entities hiding at the edge of the weirdness. Now that's not a fight any sane being would want to experience.
No.
She raises her hand to feel the wind. What could she be determining? You realize that she's speaking about your village. She's gone before you have a chance to react.
Interesting. Wow. Well, now I'm very interested to die so I can go and see what happens at the village, or to beat this boss. Because you can't go back to the village until you either die or you defeat a boss. Each time you defeat a boss, you get to go back to the village. So even more so than normal, I want to fight this boss and see what happens, because that was cool. Wow. This game, more than any roguelite, actually cares about story. Slay the Spire, I kinda has a story, right? Monster Train, there's a premise, but I wouldn't call it a story. Okay, it's just a premise. It's just a setting more than a story. This game has a story. You are an important figure in the game. The people that you meet are important figures in the world that have effects on it that are real. And I think that's maybe the best part of the game. It's how it stands out. The dark fantasy and the actual real story that it tries to tell. With all of its characters. And maybe it's not the deepest story ever, but like you grow to care for some of these characters, or you don't like them, or you know, maybe you despise that traveler that I saw before, because I've given him 2 weird candles now for free, and he hasn't given me anything. And it's like, come on, man. But at the same time, maybe he'll help me. I don't know. I hope so. There are other times you'll like follow a deer into the forest, and if you make the wrong decision, you'll have to enter into a battle that you weren't ready for that's really quite tough. Or maybe you get a legendary card out of it or something. It's just so cool. So cool. Alright, so I've got Burn Level Ultra. So let us see if that is enough to help me defeat this boss, even though I haven't leveled up much at all. We're gonna find out. Maybe I can beat this boss. And if not, then at least you'll get to see what a boss is like, and you'll be able to find the rest of that quest. That was really cool. So now I've got my throwing knife here. I've gotten wooden flute, which allows me to block something, and I might have to use it immediately because it's using an attack worth 20 to 28. So hovering over enemies is super important in this game. So that's what I'm going to do. This boss will spawn a new enemy after being stunned or after suffering several hits. Stun will permanently reduce its armor. It will also lose some armor every few turns. Every turn, it increases its damage and occasionally inserts special cards into your deck. Okay. So I guess stunning it is probably a good decision here, because it wants to do a lot of damage and buff itself, and I'm not okay with that. So let's stun it. Oh, and I forgot it would. I immediately forgot that it would do this. At least now it's just going to hit my golem. Let's. I mean, I guess I just promote it. I don't have too much of a choice either way. Next turn. It got smacked a little. There we go. Now it's not as much. It attacks a bunch, but for a pretty weak amount. And it's not going to hit me, too. The last time it was attacking all people on my side. I could summon another blood golem, but that's not really what I was hoping for. But I might have to at this rate. Summon a blood golem. And I mean, I guess I'll just put a barrier on myself in case they go for another sweeping attack that hits everybody in the future. It heals itself. Heals itself. Bam, 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 bam. Alright. Now my golem's going to attack because it's on its level 4. and I could play a bunch of stuff. Another golem, a bloodworm. I got a special card. This is from the boss fight. This gives me 1 block and 1 energy, and I draw a card, but I offer 10 armor until the end of combat. So if I do get hit, it's gonna hurt more. But block, energy, and draw a card is pretty good, so I'm gonna do that. Protection increases armor by 25. Sure, we'll give it to you. You'll be around a little bit longer to make use of it. I can stun all enemies for 2 turns. 2 turns? Wow, having ultra high weird candle is pretty good. If not played, I gain 2 barrier. Let's stun all enemies for 2 turns. That is very nice. And I forgot about the thing again. Gosh, dang it, dude. Okay, I should have just gained the barrier. Let's get a bloodworm and a blood fey. I've got the energy for it. And I'm gonna promote my bloodworm as well. There we go, now it does more damage. We'll see who it decides to hit. Let's end my turn. Bam, bam, bam. All right, looks like I hit each of them once. My golem hit, my other golem healed, and my imp gave me an ultimate charge. All right. I gotta be careful. I better draw another golem next turn or else they're gonna start hitting my weaker minions. Luckily, these 2 are stunned, so they're literally not a problem whatsoever. Did I draw a minion? Nah. What does this guy do when he overcharges? Increase my damage by 100%? It's just for 1 turn though, like, it's not that great. Barrier, ritual, make him attack. Bam, 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 bam. And let's make him attack again. Bam, 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 bam. All right. All right. So my snake did an extra little attack for double damage, and it killed itself because it overcharged. So let's just make the Grim Golem and the Blood Abomination. Alright, they're all just attacking 1 enemy, so I don't have to worry about sweeping, or them sweeping me. Let's wait until it's 12 charges and do like a huge attack. Bam. That hit everybody. There's a heal. There's a heal and a hit. Bam. And the imp gives me an overcharge. I don't know why I keep saying imp, it's a fey. The summoner version of it is an imp. What is your overcharge? Do you want to hit for 200% damage to all enemies? I mean, that's still not that much damage, let's be honest here. Let's not be beating around the bush. You're kind of weak. But I do have my 12 out of 12. I feel like I should use it. I could... Oh, this guy would heal me a lot, right? It normally heals for 10, but at 400%, it'll heal me for 40. That's pretty good. Let's gamble. Oh man, all my minions also lose armor. Didn't quite realize that. Yeah, let's... I have 4 energy. Yeah, I can do this. I can use a ritual to make it attack immediately. I can use another ritual, make it attack again. And then we're gonna overcharge to heal myself up. Bam! Oh, I'm realizing I don't have... Oh no! Why did I do that? Alright, I'm using my wooden flute. I don't have a golem to take hits for me anymore. I keep forgetting that it kills me if I do that. Now I have 3 block, so if they all hit me, we're fine. But they're probably gonna kill 1 or 2 of my minions. Oh wait, that actually... Alright, we knocked 2 of them out before they could swing. Oh, my abomination got destroyed, as did my Fae. Okay, although I think the Fae just overcharged. Seize the opportunity, only available when facing awakened golem. Deal a hit for 21 to 33 damage. Alright. Moving stones. Whenever the awakened golem is crumbling, stones fall off its body and come back to life. When they're killed, they can add helpful cards to your hand. Deals 100% more damage for every other enemy alive. So yeah, killing this thing seems pretty important. But let's just smack it. Oh yeah, hit it with the staff. Hit it with the staff again. Bam! Nice. And it gave me another seize the opportunity, I think. Oh, look how strong my worm is, dude. Why are you so strong? 3 hits for 22 to 35? Let's go. Oh, I definitely want to overcharge you and just get some hits immediately, but... Alright, we need another dude. So, that's not the dude I was hoping for. It certainly isn't. Well, I can gain a block and an energy and draw a card. There we go. There's the golem I want. And I can make the blood fey as well. Let's just deal a hit for 45 to 70 damage. Bam. Oh, it's doing so much damage because I have base damage increased by 100%. I don't even remember what I did to increase my damage like that. I don't pay enough attention for a game like this. Let's be honest. I certainly don't. I have a golem now, so I don't really have to lower its damage. Should just activate this because this is so much damage. 84 down to 770. Not bad at all. Let's barrier myself just in case again. And then my turn. My Fae will give me a charge. That'll heal. And go smack, smack, smack. And now he's really promoted. Now he gets 4 hits. Jeez. Alright, let's increase your armor a little bit, because you did take some damage there. Oh, my blood golem is free now, except for the HP cost. Oh, that's quite nice. Let's do that. Oh, stun the golem. Lose 10 armor until the end of combat. I don't really want to stun him, though, because he'll make a friend. So, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about stunning him. Instead, I'll create more barrier upon myself. Do a blood preparation? I already have as many minions as I can get out on the field right now. I can't even make a blood abomination. I could overcharge somebody to give myself a blood abomination. Ah, I can double my damage this turn and have this do crazy amounts. Bam. Yeah, 4 times 25 to 39 because now I'm at 200% damage. And now I can summon the blood abomination. There we go. There we go. That feels good. That's going to do a crazy amount of damage. So, little damage there. Some heal. Bam, bam, bam. Oh. Alright, some moving stones fell off of him. Alright, one of my golems took some sweet damage. Oh, my snake overcharged because it hit level 4 at the start of the turn. And it did more damage. Keep calling it a snake. It's a worm. Whatever. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm doing pretty well considering how low level I am right now. Maybe the blood mage is just really good. I don't know. But I'm feeling quite good about myself. Usually it's just you, you know? It's just you fighting a bunch of enemies at once. But because I'm a summoner, I'm a blood mage, I get all of these dudes. Let us... How much? 16 to 25 is not bad. Man, 32 to 45 is quite a lot. But I have 2 golems, so I don't have to worry about it too much. Give me my bloodworm back. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We could activate it or we could promote it. I say we activate it. Bam. Something you may have noticed that I think is maybe a negative or a positive is I can move the camera around and I can zoom in and out. But you kind of have to, because while this view looks cool and all, it's quite difficult to see the golem's health right now. It's completely gone. And when I can see the golem's health, now I can't see its friend's health. So sometimes like the best way to view it is like this, but now like our friendly health bars are kind of overlapping and it doesn't look very good. Like some of these effects, it's hard to tell which one is which. So you kind of have to move the camera around a little bit. I like that you can move it. I wonder if there's maybe a cleaner way to get it done where nothing ever feels like it's overlapping. Like this kind of works, but now like this golem is being covered by my cards. Same with the abomination over here. It's an interesting problem. It's an interesting problem. All right, I guess I just end my turn now, huh? Bam. And heal. Bam, bam, bam. Heal again. Oh, this poor golem. But that's okay. It's about to heal up and do big damage. And when it dies, it'll heal me for 10. Raise me up to 77. I wish I had enough charge. I'm probably going to gain charge by offering. Yeah, I could promote someone to offer. Maybe I can just smack this guy. Yeah, let's promote a minion. And that... who should I promote? Let's promote this guy. Damn. That's a... now he attacks twice. Nice. And now I have enough charge that I can overcharge this guy. But if I do it, it's just the normal effect anyway, so why should I? I need more ultimate charges for it to really get a good heal on me. So let's... gain a block and an energy. And my golems will have even less armor. I don't know, let's just get a big ol' hit. Bam, 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 bam. Nice. See, my worms have done a lot. Like this, their base armor decreased by 308. Because each time my bloodworm attacks, it reduces their armor. And I guess I'll just add on a barrier, why not? Next turn. Nice. Are you gonna explode now and heal everyone? Oh man, look how low he is. Bam, look, my snake attacked again. There we go. I got weird stones, leveled up, got some blood. Perfect. And I got a weird candle. That's a good item. Not gonna complain about that. And now I get to pick a new card because I leveled up. Acid Blood. Each hit from the minion permanently reduces enemy's armor by the number of levels of that minion. Ah. And it's free. Sacrifice a minion, stun all enemies. Stun a chosen enemy, reduce their armor by 25 until end of combat. Not bad, not bad. Stunning all enemies seems really good. Alright. And a new passive skill as well. Every overcharge reduces the armor of all enemies by 10 until the end of combat. After every overcharge, gain +1 energy for your next turn. Oh, that's pretty nice. Increase the max HP of all minions by 15. I do like having strong minions.
This feels like an echo of something that happened before. Like then, you're left with the sensation of a strange power growing within you.
So every time you beat a boss, you get this choice. You can take the Wyrdstone Heart, which you have to do if you want that secret special boss at the end, right? Remember when I said you beat the 3 bosses and then something happens afterwards. Something happens afterwards. If you want to see what that is, you have to take the Wyrdstone Heart from all 3 of them. Now, the Wyrdstone Heart also has its own ability. If you want to use it as an item, it'll heal you for half your health and make the weird not affect you anymore, which is pretty freaking useful. Or you can take a special passive skill, or you can remove a card from your deck. Let's get another passive. I love passive skills. Draw 2 more cards in the first turn of combat. Every 10th card played in one combat increases your damage by 10%. Start of every turn, gain plus 25% damage for the next hit. I like this one because it's until end of combat. Leave. Alright, now I can go around, keep fighting enemies and finding out what's here. But because I have already been recording for quite some time, we gotta return to the village. Alright, let's go. There we go, we're back at the village. Now... oh, here's the candlemaker too. We also brought the candlemaker back. But here's the seamstress. Let's see what's happening with her.
What can I do for you?
What? Oh, there we go. I met your protector.
I felt her presence, and I know that if she's content, she'll make a powerful ally for you and this village. The bad part about it all is that she's agitated. I can sense her fear, and trust me, we don't want her to feel afraid.
What can we do about it?
We can only make sure she doesn't starve, and that she doesn't feed her children on weird tainted blood scavenged from hunting out there. There are very peculiar altars all over this island. You know the crystalline structures overflowing with scarlet blood? Surely you've seen them by now. Their original purpose is long forgotten. but their connection to blood is as strong as it ever was. Please, leave some of your blood as an offering to our overprotective friend. She'll be drawn to a pure sacrifice. And we won't have to risk her children growing up on a weird tainted diet. Now that's something I don't even want to imagine.
Great, okay. So, we somehow have to do that. How do I don't even know how I do that. But, maybe I have to find her out in the field again to do it. Yeah, so like this building is for a character I haven't seen yet. So on and so forth. There's a scientist in there that I've met. Yeah. Alright. Candle maker that I haven't yet talked to. We could go over here to heal ourselves up, but I think that's probably good for the video. A couple extra notes. I don't know why we need this many currencies. Like, there's a currency for every single person in the village, basically, except for the lost soul who just takes your money. And a lot of them will take your money, and a lot of them will take weird stones, but besides that, like the scientist here likes golden tokens, which you get for every 100 wealth at the end of a run. The seamstress likes blood. That's what she takes. The candle maker will take tallow, it seems. The master at arms takes card shreds. And can he? Come on, go around here. And the blacksmith will take runestone dust. These are all currencies for permanent upgrades, as well as the weird stones. Some other ones will take the weird stone. Like if I talk to the blacksmith, I'm quite sure. Let's see. There's something he'll take runestones for. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's all runestone dust. I wonder if they could have consolidated it into fewer currencies. Like a few, sure, but like this many, and I just unlocked another one? And I'm probably going to get more once these other buildings I haven't unlocked yet become available. Like, come on, dude. That is so many. I don't know. It seems a little annoying. Right now it looks bad, but when you start the game, all you see is this. And it's really not that complicated until you unlock these other characters to help you out. And you will unlock them pretty quickly. After a few runs, you'll have quite a few. And as you can see, it's not like you have to wait a long time before you unlock more. Like the candle maker is right there, ready for me. I just had to go explore out into the map and see what looked weird and different. Anyway, if you like story-based games, if you like dark fantasy, and you like card building, and you like roguelike, this is your game. If you like 3 of those things, this is your game. If you like 2 of those things, pick it up. It's 20 bucks. If you got the money, if you're bored, why not? If you like one of those things, maybe it's not quite the game for you. You know, it might just not be what you're looking for. But if you like many of those 4 things, I can't see why you wouldn't enjoy this game. It's just, it takes a lot of elements. I mean, you saw some of the animations were a little weird. At the end of a turn, when everybody just attacks all at once, it looks a little weird. In some places, it's definitely rough around the edges, but I like it. Yeah, I love the way it looks. Zooming into the characters here, like they don't look bad. They don't look bad at all. This guy looks like he's got noodles for hair, but beyond that, like when you actually click on them, when you hear their voice acting, when you hear the narrator talking, when you hear the fawn that explains the story to you and helps you out, there's a lot of really, really cool aesthetic to the game that I think a lot of people could really appreciate it. And I don't think this game's gotten a lot of attention. So, yeah. That is what is Tainted Grail, eh? And if you enjoyed, please leave a like on the video. The game is around 20 bucks on any platform I've seen. It is on Xbox Game Pass for PC, so if you have Game Pass, you can just play it for freezies right now. That's how I'm playing it. Thanks very much for watching. My name is Khanpeki, and I hope you have a dandy day.